I guess I should just call it a day. Okay, I'm losing my mind here. Ugh.
From articles, TikTok videos, YouTube videos, or things that I've just been seeing pop up a lot. Trending is like so obvious and like duh, they trend every year. I really hope that comes across in this video.
Hello there. Well, this week didn't exactly start as I was hoping it would. Like, my last week as a 39-year-old is really, really, really putting me to the test. Let me tell you that. It started with a bang and it wasn't a good bang. Anywho, I guess that's just adulting. You navigate through life in the best way possible while trying to stay afloat and to resolve any possible problem or crisis or responsibility that life literally throws in your face. But moving on. We're trying to stay positive here, so let's do that. For me, I think in times where things are a little weird, or whenever something just, whenever I encounter bumps on the road, I think one of the easiest way to show yourself some love and care and try to, find some motivation to start again is through food. I mean, that's obviously a big love language. So I am not gonna lie, and no, nobody pays me for this. I am obsessed with this thing. This is the third meal in a row that I'm having this. Like, I cooked this loaf yesterday afternoon. I'm already more than halfway through. I'm obsessed with this. It is so good. But to be honest, I really don't mind having meals, like the same meal many times in a row, if that means that I can have shortcuts and gain on time and energy whilst I can focus on other things. And to be honest, this is so wholesome It's incredibly filling, so you don't need much. And I can just put a bunch of ingredients, fresh ingredients on it. I have spinach, I have raw, fresh cherry tomatoes, I have hummus, I have a concoction that I mixed on my own. So I do have fresh ingredients and I can, you know, save time and energy. I don't always have time or especially energy to dedicate on meals. I like good food, but I don't always want to spend a lot of time on them. So I cannot recommend this isn't enough. This is awesome. So that's what I'm having for lunch today. And also, if you've watched my previous video, I don't know where I mentioned this, I finally bought a light bulb, a new one for the kitchen. So we have light again in here. That's awesome. These are the moments where I feel like an accomplished adult. Not gonna lie.
So that's kind of knocked me a bit this morning, like literally knocked the wind out of me. I stayed in bed for like an hour just to like recuperate again. Anyway, I have, let me put the rice on a sec, because they're a bit late.
Ew. I don't know what's about it, but I feel so cute in this outfit. Ready to go. How exciting. I'm working on my laptop today. So yeah, pretty outfit it is. I don't care which occasion. I'm always gonna be dressing pretty for myself if it makes me feel good. So I'm all about it. Let's embrace some positive vibes, shall we? Let's go. Minutes later, I found it. It was on me the whole time. Like, do you know when you're looking for your glasses and you literally have them on you, like either on your head or on your nose? And yes, if you wear glasses, it happened to you at least once. So you know the feeling. Yeah. I guess I should just call it a day.
I was actually planning to record a chatty segment tonight, but I'm so freaking tired. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to postpone it to tomorrow. So sorry. I don't know what happened. I came home, I had a headache. I had 3 phone calls with 3 different people. It just drained out my battery completely. Whipped up some dinner, and that's just about it. So please bear with me. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright friends, I have just finished doing the month-end close as if I was a professional accountant for the month of August. So basically I've just taken an in-depth look at all of the expenses of the month and how much money I had as an income, just to have an idea of how much money went into my pocket and out of my pocket in August. And I thought that I could talk a little bit about my current situation, because some of you asked me, how do you manage to make your ends meet and to kind of like stay afloat during this transitional time between one chapter of your life and the next one until you move to the next chapter? And I thought it was very interesting, and so sorry. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this because when it comes to finances, a lot of you always seem interested, especially coming from a place like I come from a place like being a low income girly. It's always something that people are interested in. So you probably know me. However, I won't be talking too specifically. I won't be talking actual numbers because I never share something that's too personal and too private and that I don't feel comfortable talking about. So yeah, I am currently unemployed, and as an unemployed person, I filed for unemployment money. And so I filed for unemployment and I'm currently getting unemployment money. In Germany, unemployment money is, of course, deeply connected to what your last net salary was. And you get 60% of your last salary if you don't have any kids, and you get 67% if you have kids. Unfortunately for the German government, my cat does not qualify as my child, so I'm only getting 60%, which, let me tell you, considering that my last income was not particularly high, was low-ish, my unemployment money is not exciting at the moment, but that's basically my main source of income at the moment for the time being. On top of that, something that has been extremely helpful has been my emergency fund. My emergency fund has been awesome because it has been helping me to cover some basic expenses as well as some unplanned emergency expenses that otherwise I wouldn't have been able to take care of. If you don't have an emergency fund, start one right now, because the emergency fund is that thing that's going to help you stay afloat and navigate through times of crisis times of challenges, difficulties, unplanned expenses, you name it, every curveball, small or big, that life is going to throw your way. If you have an emergency fund, you're going to feel relieved, safe, organized, and prepared for pretty much anything in life. I've been having for over a year now, like some dedicated sinking funds to my most important categories. So obviously they only work as long as you're able to put more money than what you withdraw from those sinking funds, but for the time being they also have been a help, because like paying for things that my health insurance doesn't cover, that were like unplanned and I needed to pay for, or cat stuff. You do your own personal categories and your own priorities, but sinking funds are also helpful. But most importantly, emergency fund, people. If I didn't have that, I probably would have slammed my bum so hard on the floor, because I do have money on the side, but the money that I have on the side is supposed to be for my future, for my retirement, for all of that. I am also trying to dip my toes much more into investing into ETFs. I started years ago, but I've been very, very shy and pretty much inactive for the first 2-3 years. I am currently trying to be more specific, more proactive when it comes to ETF investing, because leaving your money sitting in your bank is not going to bring you anything. You probably may feel secure that nothing's going to happen, but that money is going to lose value over time. And trust me, what used to be a pretty high or high-ish yield savings account, well, I don't know about you, but here in Germany, Finanzamt constantly tells my bank to lower that yield percentage. And so I basically earn nothing from the yields of my savings account. So having that money sitting there doing absolutely nothing, I just rather try to do something. So at least when I retire, that money won't have lost its value as it is currently doing right now due to inflation. On top of this, there's also, of course, content creation. I've been doing content creation for ages now. And now that I am unemployed, or at least I don't have a main job that I have to show up for every single day of the week, or, of the work week, I have been able to invest more time in content creation and making videos. Not as much as I would have liked, but at least I did a pretty decent job, I think. And before you start making assumptions, I'm not doing anything illegal here, because in Germany, when you are unemployed, it is allowed to have a side hustle as long as the money that you make from that side hustle does not exceed a certain amount. So I'm not trying to fool anyone here. Everything is absolutely legal and transparent. And it's not a lot of money that I get from content creation, but at least it is a little extra. I was pretty satisfied about July, but I don't know what happened in August. The last couple of videos that I posted have been performing not as well as they normally are. And I don't know if this is because I have skipped a week after a 5-week upload streak, or if it's because I've reported some ads that I've seen several times before videos on YouTube that I found deeply offensive. They were misleading and they were spreading completely false information. I reported those ads, and not only YouTube didn't take those ads down because it said, well, they're not violating our policy, so you should probably adjust your settings. But I'm pretty sure that reporting that ad didn't exactly benefit my algorithm, or, the algorithm is punishing me for something. And I'm pretty sure that it's related to reporting those ads. On top of this, Vinted has been absolutely a game changer lately. And that is because I have been selling a lot of my things. And when I mean a lot of my things, I mean a lot. I did a flea market back in July with a friend. It didn't go as well as we were hoping. So I've taken all of that stuff that has been unsold at that flea market, and I've just simply creating listing after listing. So I've put a lot of time and effort into creating good listings, taking good pictures, I do it. It was a lot of fun, but I've put a lot of work into this, and that work has been paying off because I've been selling a lot of my stuff that has been bringing in the last 4 or 5 weeks, and that has been bringing a lot of extra income. And also, I am always very happy to find things that belong to other people. For example, I've been selling things that belong to my mother, my partner, my partner's mom, my neighbor. I don't proactively ask to everyone I know, please give me your stuff for free so I can sell it and keep the money. It's not how it works, but I try to keep my eyes open for things that have sales potential, and I sell them. If I put my work and my effort into taking good care of them, steaming them, cleaning them if necessary, removing the lids, and then creating the listing, taking pictures, bringing them to the post office and stuff. It's my work, my time, and my effort. And so I can keep the money. And yes, before you start making assumptions, again, I'm not trying to fool anyone here as well. I'm doing everything legally because I'm not sure if this is a EU thing or just in Germany, but resale platforms like Vinted or eBay are legally obligated to share your income information to the tax office, to the Finanzamt. If your yearly income, so within the calendar year, everything that you have made from those sales exceeds a certain amount. Up to that certain amount, it is considered to be for things that are of common use, just like clothes, different accessories, home decor, that kind of stuff. Up until that amount, you're in the clear, but mostly I've been selling my stuff, so I'm not doing anything illegal here. But this is how I am trying to make the most out of a lower than usual income situation. This is a temporary situation. I'm aware of that. But until things move to the next chapter, this is how I deal with it.
Da steht doch irgendwas. Achso, nee, das ist eine Bar. Ich dachte, du willst wegfahren.